Welcome to Yoga Sculpt. We're going to start in a wide-legged position, wide Wuchi position. Let's roll the shoulders up towards the ears and slide them down and back. Good. And again, deep breath in and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in deeply. Good, and exhale. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in. Now stay up. Let the right hand come towards the left wrist. Let's do a nice little side stretch. Inhale, come through center. Left hand to the right wrist and a little lean towards the left side. Good, now inhale, lift up. Interlace the first three fingers, index fingers together, thumbs crossed. Reach the arms overhead, pull the navel in, take your feet a little bit wider. As you exhale, bend through your right knee, let the arms sweep down. Now bending the left knee and coming all the way up. So warming up the legs and the core. Nice big circles here with the arms. So if it's bothering your arms to bring them all the way overhead, come just towards the horizon. Good. Nice big circles here. Really power away from your legs. Good. 3 more. 2 more. Once more. Let's reverse it. Go in the opposite direction. Bending the left knee, come through center. Reaching up. Really try to lift tall as you circle the arms up. Keeping that navel engaged towards the spine to protect the back. Strengthening our core. 3 more. Good. Last one. Reach tall. Good. As you exhale, lean again towards the right. Really firmly press into your feet. Inhale through center. Exhale, lean towards the left. Beautiful. Inhale, come through center. Now bend your knees lots. Let your body fold. Hands to the earth. Lift your hips. Feel the back of the legs talking back right now. Start to sway your body here. Good. Inhale, lift, half lift, long spine here. As you exhale, soften into your right knee here. Little pulsation. Inhale through center, soften into that left knee, little pulsation here. Good. Now coming from side to side, moving right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. Warming up the legs here. Good, now coming back through center. Turn your heels and your in and your toes out, so you're in a squat position. Now squat down and straighten the legs. Squat, straighten the legs. And it feels kind of funny. You'll feel some resistance in the hip crease, maybe in your low back. Good. Slowly drop your hips, lift your hips. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Now last one, stay in that squat. Bring your right hand to your quadricep, left hand, now lift your torso, stacking shoulders right over top of the hips. Feel that stretch. Good, now reaching left arm across, right arm across. We'll do that 8 times. 8, 7, 6, 5. Stay low as you can in those legs. 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. Now rise back tall. Tick-tock your feet in. And let's march out right, left. March, right, left. Good. Let's flush it out here. Let's wake up the system. Good. Keep picking up those knees. Move those arms as if you're marching like a soldier. Good. Pull the belly button in. Lift those knees higher if you can. Push away. Good. Now we all know a step touch, right? Step touch, right? Step touch. Good, step touch. Now we're adding that knee lift like we did last week, really working on those obliques in our core. Tap the inside of your shin, knee, or if you like, the bottom of your foot. Now let the arms really open up like wings. You got it. Let's wake up the body. Let's get that heart rate up a little bit. Good, pull up that knee. 8, 7, 6, looking good. Pull up that knee. Your hip flexors might get a little tired. 4 more, 4, 3, 2, back to step touch, flush it out, roll your shoulders. Roll those shoulders. Wow, you're step touching. Good, now let the arms float up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, couple more. Keep moving. Last one. Good, now step the right foot out and together. Squat. Put your hands on your thighs so you can really drop down. Sink and lift. Sink and lift. Sink. You've got it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now this one, as you step out, hold and little pulse. Bring your hands to your heart. Pulse 8 times. 8, 7, 6. Drop lower. Feel the squeeze. Yes. 3, 2, 1. Rise. Awesome. March left. Left, right. Good. Pick up those knees. March like a soldier. Move your arms. Full body movement. Low impact. Good. 8 more. You should start to breathe a little bit more vigorously here. 4 more. Looking good. That's it. Keep marching. Now going into that step touch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Step touch. Okay, if you went earlier than me. Good. There you go. Touch. Step left. Touch. Good. Arms. And down. Lift up. And down. 2 more. And down. Beautiful. Last one. Now step out left leg and squat. Step and squeeze it back in. Step. Use your inner thighs. Out and in. Out and in. Yes. Out and in. Really drop into it. 4, 3, 2. Stay here. Now pulse. Hands at the heart. Yes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay here for 8 more counts. You can do it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise. Shake it out. Beautiful work. Roll those shoulders. Feet underneath the hips. Let's take an inhale. Bring your hands down towards your heart and let them come to the side of your body, Tadasana. Now hinge from your hip. Let your heart come forward. This is a deadlift here. Fingers reaching towards the earth, hinging from that hip. I'm not collapsing through my upper body. Good. Let your fingers come to the floor. Let your body fold. Now reach for your weights. Because you're warming up, please don't go too heavy right away. Good. Now bend your knees. Pull your belly button in. And let the weights come a little bit off the floor. Feel your shoulders connecting, navel to spine. Now you're engaged. Your back muscles are working. Good, now rise all the way tall. Deadlift for 2. 1, 2, lift tall. Down, 2, lifting tall. Good. Hinging from that hip. Let the heart move forward. That's it. 2 more. 1 more. Now coming down for 1, hold and lift. Quick down, hold here and lift. Good, you should really feel it in your buttocks, your gluteal muscles. Down, good, adding a row. Come down, row it in, release, come tall. Drop, squeeze, release, and tall. Good, 8 more. 8, and lift. 7, and lift. 6, and lift. 5, halfway there, come on. Stay strong. 4, lift. 3, left. 2, last one. Fantastic. Split stance, right leg back, bicep curl. Nice and even. Up, squeeze, down, 2. Up, squeeze, down, 2. Good. Waking up the arms. Let's go to singles. Single time. Good. Squeeze it up. You got it. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now step your right leg back in. We're going to combine that squat we did in the warm-up with a bicep curl. So you step out, you squat, and then you bicep curl as you step in. Squat and curl. Squat and curl. Squat and curl. Beautiful. Squat and curl. 8 more. Sink. Really squeeze those biceps. Come on, 4 more. Sink a little deeper. Wake up those legs. 2 more. Now, last one, I'd like you to stay here. A little pulse. A little harder. Got a little bit more resistance here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise. Keep your legs wide. Toes are slightly turned out. Heels slightly back. Yes? So it's not completely parallel, just a little bit turned out. Sumo deadlift. Hinge from your hip. Both weights come to almost towards the earth and rise. Down. 2, up, 2. You should really feel this now in the upper part of your hamstrings. Really functional movement here. 8 more. 8. And left. If you find that the weight is not, heavy enough, you could add a heavier weight. No problem. 4 more. 3 more. Last 2. Last one, and we'll add on a movement. Good. Now down for 2. As you come up, upright row. 1, 2, upright row. Down. 2, upright row. Good. 1, 2, upright row. We have 4 more. Really fluid. Make sure those weights stay right under your shoulders at all times. Nice. Last one. Stay here. Weights are right by your shoulders. Now bend your right knee and center. Bend your left knee and center. Right. Left. Right. Left. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bring your weights together at your heart. Interlace your fingers. Turn your heels a little bit more in and sink into a deep squat here. Now turn your body to the right. And then turn your body to the left. And turn to the right. And left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Rise tall. Tick-tock your feet back in. Give it a little shake out here. Good. Feet directly back underneath your hips. Let's come down for 2. 1, 2, back up. Nice. Down. 2, rise. 2 more. Big body movements. Gets the whole body awakened. Good. Now single rows here. Drop, row it in, and lift tall. Drop, squeeze, and lift. Drop, squeeze, and lift. Last time. Let's move into a triple row. Drop. 3, 2, 1. Lift tall. And again, triple row. 3, 2, 1. Rise tall, left leg back. Split stance, bicep curl singles, in and down. Squeeze. Now really watch the way down. Don't let that arm just flop. Feel the resistance. At the bottom, squeeze the back of your arm. So you work the tricep on the way down, bicep on the way up. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful. Step it in. Moving the legs and the arms at the same time. Squatting out with left. So squat and then a bicep curl as you come in. Squat and curl. That's it. Let's go. 8. Sink deeper if you can. Challenge those lower muscles of the body, the biggest muscles of your body. Let's sculpt them. Let's firm it all nice and up. Fighting that anti-gravity. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold that squat. Pulse. Pulse. I know it's challenging. Want to make it a little harder? Bring your weights at your heart. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rise. Beautiful work. Shake it out. All right, hopefully you're a little warmer. Maybe there's a drop of sweat somewhere in your body. Moving into Romanian deadlifts. Really great for anchoring our balance and strengthening the leg. So I'd like you to bring both weights in your right hand. And the hand is right in front of your right leg. Now your left hand is on your thigh. Now make sure you really lift out of that right leg here and gently come forward as the leg lifts. Good, now come back up. And you're one straight line, as if a steel rod is going through the body from the crown to your heel, and you come back up. Yes. If you do it right, you'll really feel a strong gripping sensation in your glute, your buttock, upper hamstring. Good. I'd like you to do it at your own pace. 8 more. Now don't rush. Do not get momentum on your side. Let it be all muscle control. Notice how slow I'm going. Beautiful. I still have 4 more to go. Yes, nice and even. And lift. Navel to spine. You can bend that right knee just a little bit. Beautiful. Last time. Awesome. Come back center. March out right. Flush it out. Now that right leg feels a little tight after that, so flush it out here. Good. Like we did in the warm-up. Step, knee lift. Good. Now I'd like you to just bring your weights to the inside of each knee here. Good. And really push the floor away like it's a little squat as you push down. Good. Using everything here. Our legs, working our obliques, our arms, getting our heart rate up to that beautiful zone where your body goes into that fat burning mode. When your cardio response gets too high, when our heart rate goes above 75, 80% of our maximum heart rate, then what happens is your body starts to go into glycogen stores and not in your fat stores. So let's trick the body because it's smart, we know. Let's go. I know you're getting tired, but keep picking up those knees. 8, 7, 6, 5. Come on, pull those knees higher. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Flush it out, flush it out. Step touch. Breathe. Very good. So try to have a conversation while you do this, and then you'll be kind of huffing and puffing like me. Yeah, my cardio is not the same as it used to. But I think a lot of people, this COVID thing has made us hunker down, which there's some great things to that, but sometimes our fitness can kind of go to the wayside. All right, so let's come back, feet under the hips. Let's come into that Romanian deadlift on the other side. So shift your weight into that left leg, both weights in your left hand. Right hand on your hip or on your thigh. Now see if you can float and lift that foot off the ground. This is how much you have to stay lifted throughout the exercise. So let's come forward. 1, 2, and rise. Good. 1, 2, and rise. You got it. Let your body float forward. The legs floats up at the same time as your heart comes to the front. I'm hitting my wall, so I'm just turning a little bit more. Try to get your hand close towards the floor. Now, if you're like, I can't reach that far, most likely because your hamstring is a little tight. So just go as far as you can. 4 more. 4, and lift. 3. Beautiful. 2 more. Last one. Wonderful work. Shake it out. Good. You should feel that in that left glute. Beautiful. Bring your weight onto your shoulders. Just let them rest there. Turn your toes slightly out. Notice how my feet are not directly underneath the hips. They're a little bit wider. If you're standing on the clock, you're facing 12. Your right toe is facing the 1, I guess, and then your left foot is pointing to the 11. I have to flip myself around here. So elbows lift, drop down, and rise. Now notice how I'm coming below parallel. If your knees do not like it, stay a little higher. But believe me, doing squats actually helps any knee issues. It strengthens the ligaments around the knee joint. Good. Really pull your quadriceps up as you lift. Good. Curl your toes up like you're pushing the floor away. Nice. Keep going. Down, 2, up, 2. Control the movement. Even it out on the way down and up. Really squeeze your glutes at the bottom. Watch out that you're not collapsing. Keep looking towards the screen. Wherever you have a gorgeous view, look at something that inspires you if you're outside. Good, let's do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Right, shake it out. Well done. All right, feet directly underneath the hips. I'd like you to bring your right heel forward and then step it in, and then left knee lifts. Step left foot down, squat into that left knee, bring your right heel to the floor, step it in and lift. Heel, left knee, right heel, left knee, right heel, left knee. Some of you will remember this movement from way back when I used to teach yoga sculpt. Yes? Good. So at that bicep curl, you got it. Drop and lift. Drop and lift. Keep your spine tall. Engage the core. Pick up that left knee as high as you can. Drop into the squat. Single leg squat, D-lift. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Now, tap to the side and lift. Tap and lift. Tap the foot and in. Tap to the right, left knee lifts. Tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap. Now arm movement, cross and lift, cross and lift, cross. Yes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. March right. We have one more direction to go, which is going back, stepping your right leg back. So the right leg taps back. Step in, knee, and touch and lift. Sink and lift. Reach back. Same movement with the arm. Cross low, below your navel. Cross. Squeeze your pec muscles. Reach that right leg as far back. Bend your left knee. 8 more. 8. 7. Good. The higher you lift your leg, the further you reach your right toe, the harder you're working. 2 more. 2, 1. Fantastic. Step, march it out. Right, left. Good. Let the arms float up and down. Up, down. Yeah, feel the shoulders. Up. Not too high. If you feel any pain, stay lower. You should feel the top of your arms working here. 4. Active recovery. You got it. 3. 2 more. Good. 1 more. Awesome. Now step on your right, left heel in, right knee. Left heel, right knee. Left heel, right knee. Feel the rhythm. Drop and lift. Drop and lift. Now don't worry so much. Notice I don't have a very deep knee bend here. Why? Well, some of us, like myself, I don't have a lot of movement in my ankle joint. And it could be not because you're flexible there, it could be that it's compression. Compression means when bone hits bone. Can't change that unless you put a saw to it. So just be okay with that. It's a little knee bend on the right. Good. 4 more. Good. Really pick up that right knee as high as you can. That's where the work is. Nice. Last one. We're going to add that bicep curl, right? 8. Come on. 7. Really dig deep, everybody. Good. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Now left leg tap to the side. Left, step in, right knee. Tap and lift. Tap. Now the idea is to tap it really far away, as far as you can. Your body will move forward to be able to reach that. But notice how you feel more in your right leg. Good. Now cross and lift. Cross. Cross. You got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. March left. Well done. So we have one more movement. Taking that left leg back, right? And then your right knee lifts. So let's go here. Left leg back and right knee lifts. Back and lift. Back and lift. Back and lift. Back. Now add the arms. Cross low. Cross low. Cross low. 8. 7. 6. Good. Keep moving. Keep picking up that right knee. Reach that left leg back. Let's do one more. Nice. And march it out right. Right, left. Good. Active recovery. Deep breaths in and out. Good. Take your feet back underneath your hips. Roll your shoulders. Down deadlift for 2. 1, 2. Rise. Tall. Let's actively recover here while we continue to move our body. That's good. Hinge. 2. Up. 2. Hinge. 2. 4 more. 4. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. I'd like you to stay down. Drop your weight. Let your body fold. Sigh out. Let your body sway from side to side. Maybe your hamstrings are really talking back right now. Don't forget, we really work them. So the response is, of course, that they get a little tighter. Not a bad thing. Just breathe into the back of your leg. Good. Now inhale, lift, half lift. Exhale, fold. I'd like you to step your right leg back into runner's lunge. Drop your right knee towards the floor. Inhale, let the arms float overhead. Good. Interlace your fingers behind you and let your head kind of relax back into your hands. Send your hips forward and give yourself a little stretch here. If you're outside, feel the breeze. If you're inside, maybe you can feel yourself being sweaty. I'm upstairs, so not as cool, so definitely sweaty. Good. As you exhale, release your hands and let the front foot come back. So now we're in a tabletop position here. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders, hips are directly underneath your knees, over your knees. Good. Now, what I'd like you to do is walk your hands about a foot forward. Now, stay strong in your core. Think of pulling the navel to spine here. You're in a modified plank now. Let your tailbone point towards your heels and now scoop the navel in and up. Feel the front of the ribs softening. Now, I'd like you to come down for 2. Bend your elbows, keep them close to your body. Good. Now, rise back up. Oh, yes. Down for 2, up for 2. Down for 2, up for 2. Down, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Good. 4 more. I know you can do it. Stay with me. 3. Come on. 2 more. 1 more. Sit back, child's pose. Keep your hands where they are. Let your forehead come towards the floor. Don't worry if it's not touching the ground. Just let it release. Feel that stretch in your low back of the arms, and in your chest. So what we're going to do, we're going to do 24 singles. Don't worry. We're adding in between to give yourself a little breather so you can stay with 24. As you know, there's a 25-day challenge going out there, push-up challenge for suicide awareness and depression awareness. So what we're going to do is staying on the knees. Come down for 1 and up, and then come back to your child's pose. And again, come forward. Drop, lift, and back. We only got 22 more to go. Let's go. Down, lift, and back. Down, lift. Beautiful. 20 more. Keep going, girls. And back. Good. I got 18 more. How about you? Keep going. Try not to stop. If you're getting really difficult for you to get out of the bottom, don't go so deep. Keep moving. That's it. Keep moving, everybody. Come on, you can do it. Don't stay in that child's pose. You're stronger than you think. Come on. We have 8 more to go. I know you can do it. Let's count down. 8. I'll slow down. 7. Good. I know it's getting harder. 6. It's okay if you struggle up. 5. We have 4 more. I know you can do it. 4. Keep your feet on the ground. 3. 2 more. Last one. You did it. Good. Stay here. Let out a sigh. Heart rate should be up. Good. Muscles should feel fatigued. And you felt like you really had to dig deep to continue. That's awesome. That's where you want to go. Every time you work out, you just want to get to that edge where you want to give up, but you just didn't. Good. Slowly come up. Come onto your knees. Now, if your knees don't like to be directly on the floor, grab a blanket or a towel or soft bricks that are not too high. But I'd like you to come up onto your knees here. Shoulders are down and back. Coming into a very functional movement, which is called surrender. Now, I'd like you to bring your hands, interlace them, and place them behind your head. Now, be careful when fatigue sets in that we're not crunching the chin in towards the throat. Keep your gaze at all times to the horizon. Good. Now, core is tight. Lean into your left leg and let your right foot step forward. Now, you have to squeeze your right glute really tightly to come on standing. Stand tall. Your right leg steps back. Bend your right knee. Now, really slowly lower this to the floor. This is where you're working hard. Left knee comes down. Right, left, right, left. Good. 8 more. Try not to go too fast. Try not to get too much momentum. Really think of working the leg muscles. 6 more. Good. So this is super functional. This allows you to get off the floor from a seated position with more grace, or out of bed, out of a deep bathtub, As you age, we know that all these things kind of get harder. We take it for granted. Good. Let's do 3 more. 3. Good. Keep your elbows wide. 2. Good. 1 more. Come back onto your knees. Good. And take a seat on your heels. If that doesn't feel comfortable on your knees, let your hands come forward and just stay here for a moment to recover. Well done. So if the hands behind your head is not an option for you, you can bring your hands at your heart as well, okay? If you feel like there's a tendency for you to bring your chin to your throat. So let's repeat this now on the other side, yes? Now, for those who would like to add extra weight, you can place weights in your hands, but I would just make sure that they're either on your shoulders or they stay overhead, okay? I'm gonna do it without for those who are newer to this particular movement. So I'm gonna do hands on my heart here. Rise up, left leg, right, left. Notice how slow I'm going. Do not crash down. If you're crashing down, that means somewhere there is a weakness in that right leg to stabilize the movement. So go slow to strengthen it. It's called a deficit movement. Good. 8 more, girls, come on. That's it. I apologize if any men later on do this video. Hello, I see you. But right now in the live class, there is only females. Good, let's go, 4 more. Looking really strong. I can see you guys continue to move. Some of you have a wonderful pace here. Let's do 1 more. Let's come all the way up. And when you get back to your knees, release it. Beautiful. Shake out your hands. Bring your hands back out in front of you. Let out a sigh. Curl your toes under. Inhale, lift your gaze. As you exhale, draw back to downward dog. Pedaling out the feet. Oh, lovely stretch, isn't it? Downward dog is so wonderful for stretching out your hamstrings, glutes, low back. Now inhale, shift forward to plank. Good, and as you exhale, drop back, downward facing dog. And again, inhale, shift forward to plank. Good, and as you exhale, draw back. Wonderful, come 1 more time into plank, inhale. Make sure shoulders are right over wrist. If this is too much for your shoulders, drop your knees to the floor, but stay engaged. Good, now walk your knees, drop to your knees, walk your knees forward. We're coming into a plank challenge today to strengthen our core, our upper body, also our mental fortitude. And the challenge is we're going to be holding a plank for 1 minute. You can hold it in this way, sideways, so you can move throughout the minute and just adjusting and holding. If you prefer to be on your forearms, you can come down to your forearms and come to your side. All right, so choose the position that you like to go into for your plank. Come onto your knees. When I say go, we'll go. So make sure shoulders are right over wrist. Curl your toes under and let's go. Lift those knees. That's it. Keep everything nice and tight. 10 seconds have already gone. Do not collapse your head. Keep breathing through out of it, navel to spine. 20 seconds, maybe draw to one side. This helps your mind to get things off being in one point. The mind gets agitated often. It's not that your body's unable to do it, it's more your mind that gets in the way. Good, we're almost at a half a minute. See how easy that was? Good, let's come back center. Move a little bit more weight into your right hand now. Good. We're almost at 40 seconds. Let's turn to the right side now. Left hand to your hip or up. Keep that shoulder over your wrist. That's it. Stay strong. Try not to drop that knee if you can. Come on, we're almost there. You can do a minute. Come on. All right, let's come back to center. Let's stay here. Let's finish the ride out. We're at 52. 56, and drop to your knees. Amazing job. Good for you for holding that. Shake out your hands. Press the heels of your hand towards the front of the room. Maybe pull gently the fingers back. And then other side, just stretching out the forearm. Very good. All right, let's come into a core exercise where we are in a plank. And we did this last week, walking planks, very challenging. So lift your knees, feet are close together. Now step your right leg to the edge of your mat and then your left. Now notice I'm not trying to come up here. Now I am not working my core anymore. Stay here. Now right leg steps in, left leg steps in. Let's do 8. Right, left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wonderful. Drop to your knees. Come to child's pose. That should get your heart rate up. Everything has to work really, really hard. So let's try that now, starting with left. So if this bothers your wrist, you can also do this on your forearms. Yes? So you choose what you like. I'm going to turn around. And I'll demonstrate this time on my forearms. So maybe you want to try that as well. Forearms, shoulders right over the forearms. Now step your left leg wide and then your right. And then left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Good, keep going. I find this actually harder, especially when your weights are in the way. 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Drop to your knees. You should feel this in your arms. Heart's pumping nice and hard. Wonderful. Let's come up. Grab your weights. Just letting that heart rate come down before we lie back on our mats. Really well done today. Hopefully you feel your cardiovascular system worked a little harder. But let's come up on your knees. Curl the back toes under for stability. Squeeze your glutes. Shoulders stacked over hips. Now I'd like you to lean to your right. Make sure your chest is not falling forward. Stay stacked over hips. Now just a slight lean and pull your left hand as up high as you can. And then come back center. And again, dip, 2, lift, 2. Dip, 2, lift, 2. Dip, 2. Good, really strengthening our side body, which in turn protects your spine, especially when we're driving and we're looking over our shoulder, so that we're strong to do that. We don't hurt our back. 4. And as you slide down to the side, really pull your belly button in. 2. Last one. Fantastic. Other side. So lean to the left. Let the right arm come up as high as you can and come back center. 1, 2, rise, 2, up, 2, rise, 2. Very good. 4 more, girls. 3, 2. You should really feel that intensity when you pull yourself up. You really have to squeeze your muscles. Fantastic. Drop your weights to the side. Take a seat on the floor. Bring your legs to the front of your mat. I like you bring your hands underneath your knees. And let's roll our spine down to the floor. Pull your knees in towards your chest here. Good. And just let your body rock here. Before we move into shoulders, hips, and hamstrings, for those who are joining me for shoulder, hips, and hamstrings right now, who just got onto the live call, you can join us in some abdominal work if you like. Otherwise, just stay lying down on the floor and we'll join in a moment. So bring the soles of your feet together, but I'd like you to lift your heels off the floor. Yeah, it's a weird feeling. So your feet are pressing and I'll lift your heels up. You'll feel that your knees can fall open a little bit more. Now bring your hands behind your head and I'd like you to crunch up or curl up for 2. 1, 2, down, 2, up, 2, down, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Good, nice and even. Let's do 8 more. Up, 2, down. Squeeze. Good. Last one. Wonderful. Now I'd like you to come up, hold here, squeeze your inner thighs, let them fall open, back down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, squeeze, down, release, up, squeeze, open, and down. Now when your legs squeeze in, really think as if there's resistance between your legs. Lift, squeeze, release, and down. Up, squeeze, working those inner thighs. Squeeze, and down, squeeze, and down, up, squeeze, and down. Wonderful. Let your knees lift. Walk your heels a little closer. And now lift your lower back and your mid back off the floor. Feel that nice stretch here in your belly. Let the arms reach overhead. Stretching it out. Now you can stretch your right leg out and your left leg and just feel a beautiful stretch here. Wonderful. All right. So for those who joined me this morning for Yoga Sculpt, really great job today. Please send me any feedback, what you'd like to see more of or less of, or what you did like and didn't like, anything to help make the quality of this class even better. Please email me at info@natashapayneyoga.com. All right, so welcome to shoulders, hips, and hamstrings. We're going to start like we did last week on our backs. And just allow yourself to really settle in right now and become present. Some of you may have already had a busy morning. So as you close your eyes, just let all those vrittis, all those sensations of the mind dissipate. And just do a little quick body scan, starting at the base of the body, which is your feet. Just notice how your feet feel today, your ankles, your calves. Your knees, how your knees today, your quadriceps. How do you feel in your belly, in your lower ribs? Just notice how you feel here. How do you feel in your chest? Is there a heavy feeling on your chest? Just really sigh out. Allow your eyes to sink deep in your face. Let your palms face open so you're in a state of receptivity. Now slowly in your next breath in, I'd like you to bring both your knees one by one in towards your chest or your belly. And lace your hands over your shins and let your knees fall a little bit wider. Good, now pick up your head, really lengthen through the crown of the head, let your chin drop in. And pull your knees a little bit tighter in towards your body while your sacrum remains flat on the ground. So really think of pressing that lower back towards the ground as you draw your knees in. And you should feel a nice stretch right now. And then you can kind of rock side to side, pulling the knees a little bit more to the side, allowing you to sway a little bit. This posture is also known as wind relieving pose. It's really great for anybody that has issues with their bowels or their intestinals, called IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Some of us internalize stress in our bellies. Some of us have low back issues where we hold on to stress. Some of us have stress headaches. So everybody's unique in that way where they hold stress. Good. Now allow the soles of your feet to come together as we make our way into bound angle pose here. You can use bricks to support the legs here. But if you enjoy that deep stretch, then do it without the bricks and really let those knees get heavy here. Navel gently pulls towards the spine. Make sure that we're not hyperextending that lower back. Try to soften the front of your ribs. Make sure they're not jetting out. Good, and I'd like you to inhale, lift your arms overhead and let them fall back behind you. Now, they don't have to be straight over your head. You can take them a little bit wider, especially if your shoulders are on the tighter side, or if there's any mobility issues in the shoulder, you can have it a little bit lower. Good, so allow your eyes to close again, bringing your focus inward. As you know, the antennas of our five senses are always pointing out into the external world. And yoga is a process of learning to turn those antennas inward. And for some, this is a very scary process at first because we can be overwhelmed with images, with thoughts, with sensations. And so then we fight that and we open our eyes again, and then we look back out to the world to feel safe. So take baby steps. If you need to open your eyes when you feel a little bit overwhelmed. And then try to close them again for a few breaths. Now bring your awareness to your breath. Let your mind anchor itself onto the breath. Let it become a focus on the breath. As you inhale, feel the breath rising, filling your body with life force, with energy. As you exhale, feel the downward movement of the breath. And just stay with this breathing, this ebb and flow of your breath. We'll stay here about 3 more deep, long breaths in and out. Beautiful. Now slow, and your next breath in, let the arms flow back up. And slowly let them come back down towards the earth. Now I'd like you to pick up your left knee slowly. Let it come up and let it fall towards your right knee and roll all the way onto your right side. Good. Now I'd like you to take your right hand right underneath your ear here, as if you're lying sideways watching TV. Your insides of the soles of the feet, the big toe sides are touching together. Now allow that top knee to lift. Good, and take the foot behind. Good, and just feel that stretch here. Your left hand can stay in front for support. So if the knee's kind of caving in this way, try to lift your heel and step in to see if you have a little bit more space to bring that knee so it's pointing straight up. Good, 2 more breaths here. Wonderful. Now slowly pull that knee in towards your side and see if you can reach the bottom of your foot here and see if you can lift that heel. Now you may not be able to straighten it out, and that's okay. Some of you may be here. Maybe you can extend it a little bit more. Good. And just feel here the hamstring stretch. And this is also known as Krishna's couch. Really breathing into the back of that hamstring here. Try to relax as much as you can. We have 3 more breaths here. So try to flex that left foot as much as you can. And just make sure you're really relaxed here with your hand underneath that right side of your head. Wonderful. Now, I'd like you to do is you can release that left foot, but I'd like you to roll slowly onto your back. Now, keep that right knee falling open. Let your hands come around the hamstring or maybe around your calf. Now, notice how much more intense this stretch is. Make sure your sacrum is even on the floor as that right knee stays open here. This is a deep stretch. You should really feel this in the lower part of the hamstring, more in towards the glute. Good. Now slowly from here, I'd like you to soften your left knee just a little bit. Take the right arm across, and I'd like you to pull the right knee across the left knee, sorry, across to the right. So now we're in like a deep spinal twist. It's really important that both shoulder blades stay on the floor. You can put a bolster or a brick underneath the left knee and let your head roll towards the right. Now this is a deep stretch for the low back, for the side of your hip. You'll feel the piriformis muscle. It's a big muscle on the side of your hip. Wonderful. Stay with that nice, even breathing. Imagine your breath are like waves of the ocean. Wonderful. Now slowly as you inhale, I'd like you to lift your left arm. Let it come all the way over towards the right side where your legs are. And then gently straighten that top leg out. And I'd like you to roll onto your belly into a prone position. And we're coming into Sphinx pose. This is a nice stretch for the front of the body. Take your elbows about 4 to 5 inches in front of your shoulder. Make sure they're shoulder width apart. Your arms, spread your fingers open here. Now legs are relaxed, but make sure they're right in alignment with your hips, so they're not out into a V. Top of the feet are making contact with the earth. And I'd like you to pull your elbows towards you and try to lift your navel off the ground. Feel that deep stretch here. Couple more breaths here. Gaze is forward. Good. Now the next breath out, gently walk your hands a little forward. Let your forehead come to the floor, and you can make a little pillow with your arms, stacking one palm on top of the other. And let your forehead relax on top of the hands. Feel the earth beneath your chest and your navel and your thighs. And see if you can bend your right knee here. Let the heel drop towards the buttock. Good. Now see if you can lift your forehead. And I'd like you to swim your right hand back and see if you can reach the top of your right foot and pull the heel slowly and more towards the buttock. Now, in order to do that, you need to bend your right elbow so that you can pull the heel closer towards you. Now try to press the top of your thigh to the ground. Make sure you're not letting it come off the floor as you tuck that heel closer in towards your buttock. We'll stay here 3 more breaths. Good. 1 more breath. I know it's hard work for the arm. Good. Now slowly as you exhale, release the foot. Let your right arm come back around and then bending that left knee. And see if you can swim the left hand to the top of the left foot. Let your forehead rest on that right palm or right top of the hand. Now bend your left elbow so you can pull that heel in closer. Feel that nice stretch in the front of the leg. Make sure your knee stays pointing straight back to the wall behind you. Wonderful. Now very slowly as you breathe out, release that left leg. Let your left arm swim back up to the top. Now I'd like you to roll onto your left side. And I'd like you to come all the way onto your back again. And allow those knees to come back in towards your chest. Let them fall a little bit wider. See if you have a little bit more space to pull the knees up a little bit higher. Keep lengthening your tailbone towards the front of the mat. Start to slowly move from side to side. Good, and then we'll allow both knees to slowly fall towards the left side. So coming into the other side, moving on the left side of your body. Take that left elbow right underneath. Left hand is on your side of your face. Right hand is in front. Now lift that top left knee and take the foot behind. Now see if you can get the foot flat on the ground and keeping that knee straight up to the sky. Now if you don't have the space in your low back, lift your heels so you can keep the integrity of the posture here. Two more deep breaths in and out. And then we'll move into Krishna's couch. Great hamstring stretch. So slowly, when you're ready, lift your heel, let that left knee, come in towards you and extending that leg. Now you can either hold on to your calf, ankle. Some of you are able to grab the bottom of your foot here, really flexing that foot here. Feel that deep stretch in the back of that hamstring. Hamstrings are very integral to the overall health of our body. If our hamstrings are super tight, it creates a lot of issues with low back, upper back, knees. One more deep breath in here. Wonderful. Now very slowly, I'd like you to roll onto your back while keeping that left knee open. Right leg is up in towards the sky. You can either interlace your hands behind the right hamstring or around the calf. So make sure you're on the other side. Really flexing that foot. If you can reach the bottom of your foot or the big toe, you can hold onto that as well. Make sure your hips remain square, especially with that left knee being open. It's really easy to kind of lean over that way. Make sure it's even. Good. Two more breaths here. Now slowly soften the knee. I'd like you to bring the left arm across the right leg and bring the right knee over as we come into a deep twist here. Make sure that that right shoulder blade stays on the floor, head can turn to the right. Wonderful. Slowly this time as you inhale, let the head come center, let the right knee lift, let the right foot find the floor, and then the left knee lifts. Square yourself back off. Make sure you're back on your yoga mat if you're off of it. And let out a big sigh here. Now I'd like you to take your right leg up and place it on top of your left quadricep here and let that knee fall open. Hands can relax on the navel center or palms open on the floor. So really think of squeezing that right knee open here. Now on your next breath in, I'd like you to lift that left foot off the floor here and make sure that that left ankle is in alignment with your knee. Now think of squeezing that right knee open. You have to work a little harder in your core to keep the legs the way it is. But think of pushing the knee towards you on the left as the right knee pushes away. So this kind of tension is happening in the body. Navel to spine. Good, now slow as you exhale that left heel come back to the floor, and I'd like you to walk your foot up towards the right side of your yoga mat. Good, now let the left knee drop towards the floor, and let that right knee drop. Now this is a pretty intense stretch. Some people can come right to the floor with both legs, but if you have tighter hips or if you're built in a certain way, the knee might stick straight up and it might feel really tense. So just breathe through it. Maybe place a brick underneath the left knee and the right knee. But this is known as double pigeon supine. Make sure we're not hyperextending the back. It's really easy to do here. Notice when you hyperextend your back that left knee comes closer to the floor. But we want to maintain integral spine, so pull the navel back in. Becomes a little bit more challenging. Three more breaths. I know this is hard work. Good. Now very slowly, as you inhale, start to lift that left knee. Good. Tick-tock the left foot back so it's right underneath your knee. Keeping that right leg on top of your quadricep. Now this time, your left foot walks out to the outer edge of the left side of your mat. Now with your right foot, pull the left knee down. Try to keep your hips square. Keep your shoulder blades square. You most likely are going to feel it around the side of your waist, into the side of your hip, maybe even in your low back here. So let your palms face open. If you need support, you can use that brick underneath. But really try to use that top right foot to pull the inside of your left knee towards the ground. Three more breaths here. Wonderful. Now slowly in your in-breath, allow that left foot to tick-tock a little bit in so you can lift both knees back up. Walk that left foot so it's more underneath your left knee, square your hips, and then slowly allow that right leg to come down and stretch both legs out and give yourself a little shake out here. Wonderful. Allow both knees to bend again, feet are on the earth. Extend your left leg and place the left ankle on top of the right quadricep and allow that left knee to fall open. Make sure everything stays stable on the floor and even. Good, now pick up your right foot until it comes in alignment with the right knee. Now think of pushing the right knee towards you as you press the left knee away. Feel the stretch deepen as you do that. It takes a little bit more effort. Really keep that foot flexed. Good. Two more breaths. Keep the navel engaged, drawn down to the spine so we're not hyperextending the low back. Beautiful. Now slow as you exhale, let that foot come towards the floor. Coming into that double pigeon. So walk your right foot over towards the left side. Good, now let that right knee fall open, keeping that left heel on top of the right thigh. Let the legs get heavy, especially focus on the left knee. Otherwise, it will start to pop up and you'll lean more to the right, trying to get that right leg down. So try to be even, like both legs come evenly down towards the earth. Good. This is a lot of work here because you've really got to use and recruit those core muscles so that we're not hyperextending the low back here. Deep breaths in and out. This is an awesome hip stretch. Not easy to do. It's hard to relax here, but really try. Beautiful. One more breath here. Wonderful. Now slow as you inhale, start to lift that right knee up and the left knee comes up a little bit. Good. Tick-tock that right foot so it's right back underneath your knee. Coming into that outer hip stretch on the right. I'd like you to walk your right foot as far over towards the right side of your mat so the pinky toe lines up with the edge of your mat. Now that left heel pulls the outer thigh over towards the left side. Now keep your shoulder blades glued to the earth. Your left knee may touch the floor, it may not. You can also place it on a brick like I am doing. Really keep the shoulder blades as much as you can connected to the ground. Head can turn to the right. You should feel this stretch wrapped around that iliac crest into the low back. Maybe you're feeling it more in your front thigh. It depends where you're the most tightest in the body. Two more breaths. Now slow as you inhale, let your head come center. Slowly lift that left knee and then tick-tock that right foot back in. Good, and then crossing that leg and stretch your legs out in front and just give them a little shake out and just notice how your lower body feels. Good, now take a deep breath in, let the arms reach towards the sky, palms are facing toward each other. Now I'd like you to drop your shoulder blades down, yeah? So reach, now they're off the floor, your shoulder blades, and now hug the shoulder blades into the ground. And again, inhale, reach your fingers towards the ceiling or to the sky. Exhale, draw your shoulder blades back down. We'll do that 3 more times. Protracting the shoulder blades right now, and now we're retracting them. Good. Inhale, protract. Exhale, draw them back to the earth. Once more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now inhale, lift your shoulder blades off the floor, protracting them. Cross one arm over the other and see if you can reach the opposite hand to the shoulder blade. Good. And then just gently rock your upper body from side to side and really think of pulling that shoulder blade a little further away from each other. And what we're doing right now is really stretching muscles along the upper spine there. And the trapezoids, rhomboids, the back of the heart. Good. Now inhale, let the arms lift back up. Feel the connection to the earth, draw them back down. And now inhale, reach them back as far towards the ceiling as you can. Cross the other arm over. Hold on to that opposite shoulder blade and gently move yourself from side to side. Just really gentle swaying motions here. Massaging the back of the heart, where we tend to bury a lot of hurt. Breathe it out through your mouth. Good. Slowly release your arms. Let them come to the side of your body. Bend both knees. And bring one knee at a time into your chest and bring one hand underneath each leg. Now lift your head off the floor. And I'd like you to just gently rock forward and back and make your way up into a seated position here. Good. Stretch your legs out in front of you. You can place bricks underneath your hamstrings. And I'd like you to lift really tall. Now your toes are pointing towards the ceiling. They're not pointing out. Good. Now lift tall. Let your arms fall open wide. Now keep the spine in an integral way. So try not to round and collapse. Try to lift out of the low back here. Walk your hands as far forward towards your feet as you can. Good. Now maintain that lift here. Hold on to the feet of the ankles and try to slide your ribcage a little further up the thighs. Good. Now breathe into the low back. Yeah, so this is not about hamstrings right now. This is about really opening up the low back. Continue to lift through the crown of the head as if someone's pulling a string from your crown, allowing some breathing space between each vertebrae. Wonderful. Slowly inhale, lift tall. Bend your knees generously here. Feet are on the floor. And I'd like you to swim your right hand back behind you. Palm is down on the floor. Now I'd like you to turn while your hands are glued to the floor here, your right hand. Turn your right shoulder back to the front. And so what we're doing right now is we're giving a stretch in that interior deltoid. So walk your hips a little bit more forward. Good. Keeping that hand, do not walk your hand, just come a little bit more forward. Good. And now try to stay right here. Try to pull that right shoulder forward. Some of you are very open. You can walk your hips a little bit more forward, but you should feel that stretch as you pull that right shoulder forward. You'll feel that stretch. You might feel it on the inside of your arm at the elbow joint. Your bicep muscles getting a really deep stretch as well as the anterior deltoid. 2 more breaths. Good. Now slowly bring your left hand to the floor. Walk yourself a little bit back again so that you can release that right hand and give it a little shake. Move your arm. Let that blood flow come through. And you should feel the front of the arm stretch that goes all the way into the clavicle, into the side of your neck. Yes. So often people who have issues with their arm can originate from the neck or from muscles that are too tight in the back. So this is a great stretch for that. So take the left hand back, palm is facing down behind you. Now turn your torso to the front. Walk your hips as far forward towards your heels. Good. Try not to collapse in your low back. Keep everything lifted. Three more breaths here. If you're not feeling much, I challenge you to come a little bit more forward, deepening that stretch here. Keep rolling that left shoulder forward. Try not to collapse in your low back. Wonderful. Now use your right hand, walk your hips a little bit back to release that left arm. Slowly draw it towards you. and roll that left shoulder, move your elbow, move your wrist. Wonderful. I'm just going to turn to the front so that you can see me better. So I invite you to sit either on a bolster or on a brick, just something that you can elevate yourself up onto so that it's easier for you to sit in a cross-legged position with greater ease, so you can keep a nice, tall, upright spine. We're coming into our last stretch, which is for the shoulders. Like you lift your right arm up, bend the elbow, and just let that hand drop behind you. Good. And then see if you can swim your left hand over and try to walk your hand up towards the right hand. Now, if that doesn't work or it doesn't happen, that's okay. Your hands can be really far apart, but the idea is that you're trying to get closer toward each other. Eventually, the aim is to lock the fingers with each other. Now, you might feel this more in this side of your shoulder. Some of you might feel it more in the top shoulder. Now, allow the eye gaze to be forward. Make sure we're not collapsing through that low back. Three more breaths. Try to keep that right elbow straight towards the sky. Good. Now, so as you exhale, release your right arm first, and then relax the left arm, and then roll both shoulder blades. Good. Swim that right arm across. Bring your left arm around the outside of your right tricep. Now, same thing we did lying down. Retract the shoulder blades backwards so that it's not coming out this way. Keep everything nice and square. Now pull the arm a little bit more across with that left elbow. With that left arm, pull that right arm across while you slide your right shoulder down and back, retracting it back. And that's going to give you this beautiful stretch on the right side of your arm, the deltoids, the shoulders, which work so hard every day. Good. Now bend that right elbow, lift the right elbow up and bring your left hand around the elbow joint here. Try to pull the arm back. Yeah, so try not to have the arm in front of your face. Try to bring it back. Yes, good. And then as you exhale, see if you can pull the elbow further back behind you. So the elbow's almost lined up with the central channel of your spine. Good. And then just see if you can lean slightly towards the left, and you'll start to feel that stretch all along the side of your interior, serratus, anterior. Really good. Two more breaths. Think a long, lean, supple, agile body, allowing you to age with grace. Wonderful. Slowly releasing the arm, roll your shoulders. Let's open up the left side. So let the left arm float up, bend your elbow, and let that left hand come between your shoulder blades, and then swim that right arm back and see if you can walk your right hand up towards your left hand. Don't worry if they're not connecting. Try to lift that left elbow as high as you can towards the sky, like it's pointing towards the ceiling. And just stay with your breathing right now. Really working the front of that right deltoid right now. If you're not feeling anything anymore, just walk your hand up a little bit more, just so that you feel the intensity build again. And this is how we access more space in our body, continuing to push our inner and outer edges. Good. One more breath here. Very slowly releasing the arms. Roll that right shoulder and left shoulder. You most likely feel it most in the right shoulder. Good, now let that left arm come across. Hook the right arm around the tricep. Good, now retract that left shoulder blade back. Make sure it's not traveling this way. Pull it back so you feel yourself stacking right over your hips. Good, now as the right arm pulls in towards you, feel that stretch deepen as you pull your left arm back into the socket. Very good. Feel that stretch in the outside part of the arm. Good, now bending that left elbow, coming into that last stretch, lifting the elbow, bring your right hand over the elbow joint, and then see if you can pull that elbow a little bit more past the back of your head if you can. Good. Keep the heart lifted. Good, and as you exhale, just a little lean towards the right. And you should feel that all along the side of your rib cage, into the side of your waist. Beautiful. Slowly as you inhale, come back center. Release the arms, interlace your fingers behind you. Allow the shoulder blades to join and feel your chest expanding here. So some of you will notice that perhaps you can, with more ease, extend the arms fully after doing all these openers of the shoulders and the heart. Lift your chin, free the neck, the throat. Now slowly as you inhale, release your hands, lift the spine tall again. Swing your arms forward, interlace the fingers, pull your navel to your spine. I'd like you to round your upper back. Fan the shoulder blades apart like they're angel wings, pulling apart. Now let your chin drop towards your throat. Opening the back of the heart. Keep breathing and opening. Continue to retract, to round your spine even more than before. Chin drops, keeps dropping. Good. Now inhale, release your hands. Big breath in here. Good. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Let your head bow into your heart. Thank yourself for showing up this morning to move your body. And you'll notice that you feel a little emptier in your mind, less congestion of thoughts. Such is the power of yoga. It allows us to empty our mind and come more into a state of balance, of wholeness, of equanimity. Because ultimately, yoga means to unite body, mind, and soul. So thank you for joining me